Hello, welcome to the Uncoupled Couple Podcast, which is about two baby mamas navigating a unique co-parenting journey.
Closely connected and sharing our experiences. I'm Nikki.
And I'm Elle, and welcome to the Uncoupled Couple.
The Uncoupled Couple. Yes, you're going to learn more about that eventually.
Hello, welcome to the Uncoupled Couple Podcast, which is about two baby mamas navigating a unique co-parenting journey.
Closely connected and sharing our experiences. I'm Nikki.
And I'm Elle, and welcome to the Uncoupled Couple.
Yes, so first and foremost, we want to tell you who we are. So, Eliani and I married her baby daddy, and she and he had a kid, and then he had some more kids, and we'll get to that. It's a whole lot we're going to unpack in this podcast. So Eliani, when we first met, we were just like, she was just the sweetest person, just super easy to get along with, like no problems. So like we hit it off, and we talking like our sons are 4 months apart. My oldest son and her only child, they are 4 months apart in age, and they are 24 now.
25.
And oh, Isaiah 25. Jay won't be 25 till May. Isaiah just turned 25 in January. So, like I said, 4 months apart. And Jay will be 25 in May. Ooh, child. And I met them when Jay and Isaiah was probably like
Five, six
six,
years
yeah,
old.
something like that. So we've been on this journey almost 20 years.
A long time.
Crazy.
Didn't think that long.
I know, right? Crazy. So the boys, hit it off and everything like that. And I started dating James. James is our baby daddy. You'll hear his name a lot. So now you'll be knowing the players. You get to know a lot of people in our family because we are indeed a family. So James and I started dating, and then we eventually got married. We are now divorced as well. Um, Again, that's another layer because y'all probably like, damn,
Lots of layers.
right? Because y'all probably like, damn, y'all divorced, but y'all still talking. Yeah, we're gonna get to all of that. I am remarried, and Eliani was at my wedding to my current husband in Mexico, mind you. Layers, so
Yeah,
many layers, right?
layers.
Um, so, yeah, so that's pretty much just a little bit about who we are. Like I said, we have navigated this co-parenting space, this journey, um, taking care of our kids, just being there for them for
And we say
whatever they needed.
our kids.
Yeah, just
I
making
have
sure.
more than one son.
Yes, yeah, yeah. Biologically, I have two. Biologically, she has one, but we got 8 kids.
Yeah, we'll tell you about that too.
Right. Um, because that's what this is about, right? Making sure the kids are good. Um, because they are the most important thing in this whole scenario, right? So one thing you probably are asking, like, why did we decide to create this podcast? So, um, it was my idea to create the podcast. What happened was, so as I'm out and about, I'm a social butterfly, and I talk to people and different things. So I had ran into this couple, um, and they were talking about. Now I had known them for a long time separately. My husband and I, we go to this cigar bar, and we know everybody in there. It's like cheers to us. Like everybody know our names. We come in there, we see all the people. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? All our friends. So I knew them separately. So this particular day, we were sitting at the bar, and I was talking, and they started talking, and they was like, yeah, when they started talking about dropping their son off at college, and I was like, y'all son. I was like, y'all got kids together? They was like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. But, and like their relationship, like they're the best of friends. Like I said, they be at the bar together, they do life together. And I was like, man, that's crazy. Wow, that reminds me of my family. And I was just started telling about my blended family and how, I'm married to my husband, Jared, and how, he not only accepted me and my biological children, but he accepted all my other kids, my baby mamas, my ex-husband, the whole thing. Because when they say it takes a village, it indeed takes a village. So one day, me and the guy, we were sitting there talking at the bar. I don't know, what my husband was doing. He probably was playing spades more than likely. But we was talking, and we was just kind of getting into the layers of everything of our dynamic. And again, my dynamic is way broader than theirs, like with all the different players and how it's all the different kids, all the different baby mamas and this and that. He was like, oh my goodness. And he was just like, y'all went to Mexico and y'all did this and y'all did that, and just all the ups and downs and the whole our entire experience and how we came to be. He was like, man, y'all need to tell that, y'all need to tell y'all story, y'all need to share it with people. And I was like, for real? And he was like, man, I'm serious. Like people need to hear this. This could really help some people out. Um, so shout out to KB and Stacy. What's up, y'all? Hey. Because like they are the ones that was really like, you need to tell your story. So I had told them because years and years and years ago, we had well, that's kind of getting into the backstory. So I guess it'll segue into that. So it's kind of overlapping. So way back when we as we've been navigating this journey, when our kids were younger and they were like still, kids going to school, drop offs, pickups, and all of that, um, that kind of went to our people would always be like, y'all get along
Right.
like that and stuff like that.
Like
So
they were like, couldn't believe it. And we're
couldn't
like,
believe it.
yeah.
So with that aspect of it, us and our baby daddy, uh, he actually talked about writing a book. And the book
The
was
book was going to be entitled The Uncoupled Couple.
right.
And yeah, James came up with that idea, and it's funny, my cousin at one time, she was like, James should write a book or do something showing men how to navigate the co-parenting system because he does it so well with all of you all getting along.
Mm-hmm.
Rest in peace. My cousin is gone now. And yeah, she was like, he should give tips on that because I never hear any drama coming from you all. I said, no, there's no drama. So yeah, James came up with the name, The Uncoupled Couple.
Right. And then I was thinking about that, like writing a book. But then I was like, our story, it's just not, it wouldn't be a book long enough. Like, I wouldn't want to cheat anybody, right? Out of different things. And I just feel like um, this could just go so many different ways. Like, as we get into this thing and as we go forward, we have so much we want to share with you all, so much we want to hopefully help you all with. And we want to, down the line, we plan to open it up for, you know, our subscribers to ask questions, and we can give them, answers to their question. We're going to always be giving feedback, tips, stories. Like, let me also start off by saying we are in no shape, form, or fashion counselors, professionals in any type of way. We just two baby mamas that did this thing and figured it out. And hey,
we'd like to see if we can help you to navigate through it. We will have professionals on, therapists, counselors. They will come on because that's their thing. We can just only go from our experience.
Right. And our experience is our experience. And we know other people that are navigating this co-parenting space well. So we'll have some of them on as guests because you think y'all might be like, they story, wow. Hey, it's other people got wilder stories than us.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have other guests on as well that are also navigating the co-parenting. And
I'm going to, not to cut you off, or they're getting a celebrity on.
Yes.
Yeah,
So we ain't gonna talk about that yet because we don't know how that's gonna go.
Right.
But
we work.
She gonna work on that. Yeah. So we put that on our
we know
goals.
some people that know some people. Everybody knows some people that know some people.
Right. We got some goals. So yeah, I'm gonna let Elle work on that. That'll be so dope. I hope we can make that happen. But so yeah, we got a lot of things in store for you guys, and we're so happy that you guys are tuned in. We're so happy that you're here. But yeah, but that's the reason why we decided to do a podcast versus circling back to the original idea of a book because when you write a book, the end of the book is the end of the book, right? with a podcast, it's a living, breathing thing, and it can live and it can keep going, and we still co-parenting. We still doing
Still
this thing.
we'll be forever when we get, because neither one of us are grandmothers, so
No,
they're gonna have.
I'm gonna be Mimi.
She gonna be. I'll be Granny or me. I don't want to be me, Mom.
I
Nah.
don't like me, Mom.
I'll be
That sound
Granny.
country.
I'm good with Granny or Gigi.
I like Gigi.
Yeah, Granny or Gigi.
Yep, but I already picked my name out, Mimi. That's gonna be my name when I have grandkids. Hopefully, one day, not soon,
Not soon.
but one day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
But I'm
mean,
ready.
actually, it could be soon because a couple of our kids is 30.
Oh yeah.
Right. Chris
You
31.
think Chris? You never know.
Right.
We're gonna when
And
we get them on the
Jamie,
show, we're gonna say, so you're gonna have some grandbabies.
hold
We're gonna
on.
get 'em
How
some
old is, and
grandbabies.
Jamie 27? 8? 7? That's okay. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we're gonna get some grandbabies eventually.
Yeah.
But
And-
one thing, they're not. We don't have any grandkids yet, and that's a kind of a good thing for them, because they're still navigating. And I'm talking about like Jay and Isaiah.
Yeah.
'Cause
Elijah's in school,
yeah.
so yeah.
Jamie and Chris a little older, a little more mature.
Right. But I mean, everybody's still figuring their stuff out and, figuring out what they want to do and, career wise. And kids are expensive. Let's be clear. Cause
And they may be old, like I wasn't old, but older.
a little bit.
A little bit. I was
You were what?
33.
30?
33.
Oh, I was going to say 31. 33.
I was 33 but my granddaddy said I was an old maid.
I mean,
But to him,
technically, Elle could be my mama.
yeah, if I had her young, I could.
Biologically.
Yeah, she could
Yeah.
be my child.
But we got kids the same age. But on the back end, hey, I wasn't out here. I was like, when I was young, I had to give things up. But now on the back end, I got friends that got little kids. I'm like, man, that's wild. All right, I'm on my way. I'm going to catch this flight. I'm gone. So it's pros and cons to waiting as well as having your kids
and I think,
earlier in life.
I think sometimes God places kids in your life when they're supposed to be there. That's the way I look at it.
Oh, for sure.
That's the way I look at it. Things happen.
And that's funny too. I never planned to have kids. When I was young, I was going to be a successful attorney because I like to argue. No. But nah, I'll be just I'll be strongly making my point. How about
She's
that?
strongly making her point. And one thing, I wanted 6 kids. So I was like, I'm gonna go to college.
I know that.
Yeah, I wanted 6 kids, and then after graduating from
I can
college,
see
I was
that.
like, okay, I want 3. So you know how we have our own plan. So graduate, get married, have 6 kids.
Oh wow.
I wouldn't even think about graduate school.
But you know what? That makes sense because like you keep Jackson. You
I
always
got a bunch of kids.
And her. She keeps her great nephew and niece. Like Elle is the best.
And growing up, I would have all of the boys. Jay, Elijah was smaller. Jay,
that was her baby
nephews, that was my baby. Jay, my nephews, QD, I had little girl, and Elijah. So I had 4 boys.
Look, Elle go get some hot and readies, baby. And they be in there turned up. They used to have so much
and we
fun.
were always going somewhere doing something.
And I think that
stayed in the street.
you not like an old lady, but you reminded me of my grandmother in that way. So growing up, my granny it was a gang of us, and she didn't have a lot of money, but she always found little stuff. Like I don't know if Elle was going to the Dollar Tree back when the Dollar Tree was still a dollar, not $1.25, but then what about that? But she always had a little stuff for them and this and that, and a lot of times only children. And like not Isaiah's the only child, but he's not her only child. But he was always his cousin Shahada is like his sister. Like he was never raised as an only child. So he was never like selfish in that way, and like a lot of only children
He was not to be an only child, actually.
That's because you always, like you said, you always had your nieces, nephews,
and then
everybody's
with
kids.
Jay now, he had a whole nother separate home. Like he never had to take a bag back and forth because everything he had in his house, he had with me. So, and when he eventually moved back, he had all this stuff. I said, where did all this stuff come from? Well, Mama Nikki bought me that. All these clothes and stuff she had bought. He had tons and tons and tons of stuff. So he never missed it because well, we'll get into that later. But yeah, he never missed being an only child because
I mean, so
it's
like
like he wasn't an only child.
definitely. And it's kind of like, and that's one of the biggest things I think we want to convey through this podcast is, I mean, you may have to search further to find a mate that doesn't have kids. If you do not feel like you can 150% accept the children of the person that you with, I want to just reiterate that over and over and over again.
We
If
always
you
say
do
it's
not,
about the kids.
yes,
All that other BS.
if you
Mm-mm.
don't feel like you can accept them kids, don't mess with that woman. Don't mess with that man because that ain't it. And kind of to what you just said, like, of course Isaiah had like if I when I accepted James, I accepted his kid. And Isaiah, when he came to live with us, he was going to have everything that Jay and
Right.
Elijah
And we're
had.
gonna go into that later, how that happened. Cause
Oh
I'm
yeah,
whining and crying, and I'm mad at Jane. She said, "Okay, how about we do this?" So we'll talk about that later.
we'll
Yeah,
get to
this
that.
is my saving grace. You talk about having a support system. When I was unemployed, I ain't gonna start crying.
Don't start,
But
man. We ain't even into this. Oh, another disclaimer. Like, it's gonna be a lot of laughs. It's gonna be some tears. Like we gonna keep it real.
yeah,
About our experiences and our journey in life. Um, and you talking about me being your saving grace. You've been there for me too. Like I have, and she can tell you, she's seen me grow a lot in these 20 years. Like I definitely used to be way quick to pop off and hey.
but I didn't realize how young you were
Mhm.
then. I was like, does my sister say, "Well, you know, Nikki's young," and I was like, yeah, she. I said, I forget about that. You know,
Mhm.
yeah, because you were kind of forced to work a little
Yeah, when I
earlier. Yeah.
so my baby daddy is 10 years our baby daddy is 10 years older than me. So he is 53 now. And I'm 43. And
And he's 5 years younger than me. I
and
pull him in.
when we got together, let me see, it was me and James got married in '07 or '08, one of them. So we would have got, yeah, so they would have been five. The boys was born in 2000.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
me and him about 2005.
So they were
So
7 and 8
and I was
when you
20,
got
I was 24 years old. Yeah. I was a young thing. And I know it's a lot of 20-something-year-old. I was the age that my child is now. Like Isaiah just a little smid. Like he ain't been 25 a month good. Just was a couple weeks. He just turned 25.
Yeah, just a couple of weeks.
So I'm just I was the age they are now when I got with James.
And I was childish, just doing my thing.
At 24, oof,
Yeah,
living
I
your
was-
best life. Yeah, I had my oldest when I was 18, and then I had Elijah when I was 21. So yeah, Elijah was 3, and
You didn't want any more, baby.
I ain't want them. Hey y'all, don't judge me for that. I didn't want kids. I love my trust. She'll tell you I adore my kids. I'll die for them. But I never wanted kids. I saw my life. I was gonna travel and be rich. And if you want to be rich, get rich first before you had a kid. Before you had a kid, bro. Because kids, if when you
Yeah, I
taking
know.
care of your kids, you gotta do what you gotta do. Like their needs come first. You gotta make those sacrifices. Like she said, we didn't been through,
A lot of
jobs, losses, career changes, resident changes, deaths, births. We're gonna get to that.
yeah.
Man.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff to unpack. And
Yeah.
the words you're gonna hear us saying a lot, layers. There are a lot of layers.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Elle, I want you to kind of really, really dive into. We kind of touched on it a little bit, but what do we really hope to accomplish with this podcast on a serious note?
On a serious note, we hope to accomplish keeping families intact, bringing families together. When you have blended families, you're co-parenting, it can get really, really ugly. If one of the parents are still having feelings for the other, they will use that child as hostage, holding the father
Yeah.
or mother
Mm-hmm.
hostage. I worked in child support for 13 years, so I saw that a lot,
Mm-hmm.
with the bitterness on both sides, bitter mamas and bitter daddies.
Mm-hmm.
So again, we want to help you to navigate, to learn how to communicate with all parents involved. The new mother coming in, and we're talking husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend. You know,
Right, because if that person's gonna be around, they can be around.
yeah, we're gonna talk about being careful who you bring around your child. You know, um, we'll get into that because we can go on and on about that, and I can go on and on about that. But the goal is to accomplish, to showing people how to navigate and how to have a good co-parenting experience. We're going to give you our experience. We're going to allow you to come in and email us questions and talk to us. May do a live one day. It's a lot of things we may do. We may do. Excuse me. And of course, we're going to have professionals to come in that can talk about this because and it's not even just a black family thing, actually. You know,
I mean, you see more and more blended families nowadays,
yeah.
really,
I had
from
a
all backgrounds.
coworker who was lesbian, got divorced, and she said, "You and your son's father, Isaiah's dad, you all seem to get along so well." And she was having issues with her ex-wife who
Mm.
wasn't doing her part. She was like, she had took her and met with the new girlfriend and some things that was going on. She was like, I don't want my child around there. So even in all, this was a lesbian couple, but she was experiencing the same thing that everyone else experiences. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we're here for everybody, to
Absolutely.
talk about their experience and again to just help people. I had another coworker at work, her ex-husband, and she had issues with, she said, the baby mom. She said, that baby mom, I'm gonna wring her neck. I was like, whoa. So yeah, that's the goal, is to help people to navigate and to do great at co-parenting. The one thing just makes us different is that you have two baby mamas that are even not even any longer with the father, and she doesn't even have kids with him biologically, but they're his kids. Because you ask him how many
Mm-hmm.
kids he got, he gonna tell you. He not gonna say, "I got three. I got this." He gonna name
And let
all
me
his kids.
and to speak to that, we normally don't even go into biological, and we never did step, and like
Mhm.
my kids call her Mama Yanni. Like we never did that. We just going into that just to give you guys the breakdown and of everything. Like if Isaiah came down here, if he said Mama, we both gonna look,
Mhm.
like
That happened a lot. They'll say, "Mama," and we
a
both
lot.
go, "What?" And people would look like,
And I think that's part of something that you gotta also be honest with yourself about what you know what you can accept and what you can handle, because having a blended family is not for the faint of heart, because you have to be able to share, you have to be able to um be okay, because it can be jealousy that comes in, like, oh, he calling this other woman mama, or even with guys, oh, he calling this other dude daddy, I'm your only daddy. All those things. It's just so many different things that come with that co-parenting relationship. But for me, I've always felt like if my child feels comfortable enough to call that person mom or dad,
"It's a good
that must
thing."
absolutely, that must mean that this person is loving them and they feel safe with that
I,
person.
I never, I wouldn't have a doubt of leaving my son when he was little with Nikki. It, it just wasn't an issue. And even with meeting her family, that was not an issue. If her sister's like, "Hey, I want to take my nephew here," okay, what time you picking him up? You know. So that's another thing. That's a good thing if your child is comfortable enough with that. One thing, we never had jealousy.
Never.
Never, ever, ever.
Get you a L, okay? And because listen, she was the bomb. And then, oh, remember I was talking about residencies and all that? You just said picking up. Baby, we done went through broke down cars. repossessed cars.
We
we
gonna
gonna keep it a buck up in here.
we gonna talk about how when y'all moved to Illinois. I was like, no, I'm gonna put my car in the highway. She said, I'm gonna show you how to get to Illinois without putting your car on the highway.
Baby, had her going downtown
through East St. Louis,
across the East Bridge, Missouri, baby. Yeah, so, this Negro done took the streets to O'Fallon,
Illinois, because I did what I had to do.
But guess what? She learned how to whip that thing. She get on the highway now.
Yeah, well, because my car was iffy. I had that 4x4.
And
my car was iffy. I didn't want to put the car. I wasn't scared to get on the highway, but I didn't want to put that particular car on the highway.
Okay.
And I remember coming through East St. Louis, and I don't know, pulled over by officer who shall remain nameless.
Now you get pulled over because you be driving 3 miles an hour.
Because I kind of rolled through a stop sign.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, bro, listen.
Well, like the officer,
she drive like an old lady, so I'm like, pull it over. And you probably told me this story before 30 years ago.
The officer that put me up, we ended up dating, and I ain't getting no ticket.
Oh, okay.
He shall remain
nameless. I remember him. Okay, yes, I do remember that.
Yeah, I didn't get pulled. I didn't get no ticket.
He said, "Oh, okay."
I got a number.
He said, "You're right. Wasn't a ticket number neither."
He was like, "Well, give me your number. I just want to make sure you make it home safely."
And also, speaking to us moving to Illinois, we didn't just jump up and be like, "Oh, we moving to Illinois," without a discussion or things like that. But we always wanted to put our kids in the best situation, and when none of us balling where we could put them in private school, so we say we're gonna live where we need to live to make sure they're going to get the best education. And we did just that to make sure our boys had every opportunity that came to them. They wanted to play football. I sold them TJ's pizzas.
Lord, the days of football, and
baby,
I'm out there freezing,
hustling them pizzas. You hear me? Because we needed to pay for them $275 registration for their pads and all that stuff. Man, we got there slanging them pizzas.
With Isaiah running on his tippy toes.
The North County Mustangs, and they colors was orange, and we was out there. We was out there every week.
Because sometimes I would have to go to practice. She would go to practice. We'd work it out.
But we didn't miss not one game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But we didn't miss not one game.
Big, heavy blanket from my granny panty because I would be cold. Yeah. And we'd be out there, freezing.
Niggas, I mean, they ain't win nary a game. Not a one.
I remember one time a team playing. That one team, those boys was big. And you could see all the kids on Isaiah's team. Their eyes were big. Like,
that must have been Herbert Hoover or Matthew Dickey or something. You remember their last game? They let Isaiah and them score a touchdown. They just let them go.
Nice.
That was their only
good camaraderie.
That was the only point they scored the entire season.
Then we tried basketball, the first one, but the basketball coach was horrible. Was like, James was like, "Hey, you're not coaching my boys." He just, I don't know, because he stopped you at the gas station. Like, why? He was a horrible coach. Mm-hmm. And now, mind you, my son is 6'7". Has never played basketball. Don't want to play basketball.
But we try to keep them active and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, they were.
But let me be clear: the coach was horrible, and so was the kid. So, hey, it was not a good matchup.
Yeah, and it's like,
and to that, kids don't even be wanting to. Kids don't even want. You have to motivate kids. You have to get them, into that. But yeah, that was funny.
Probably more about that later.
I took them to Matthew Dickey and taught them how. I didn't teach them. I put them in swimming lessons. And all the boys swam.
I could swim then, but he still could use a lot. He was still getting more practice in.
Yeah, so they got their skills.
Yeah. Baseball.
They were a Redbird rookie. Let me be clear about me. I ain't have a lot of money, but I was resourceful, baby.
She gonna find it. Find it.
Summer camp, I found grants so they can go to summer. Listen, I'm trying to tell y'all. Daycare and
get you a Nikki.
Hey, listen, we was balling on the budget. We had to figure it out. So like I found grants. I would be applying for stuff so that they could go to different programs if we didn't get it for free at a discounted rate. Um, all the
And
things
she
we could
could get
do.
it cheaper because she'd have all the kids on her because I only had one. And they
Right,
would claim I made money. I'm like, I ain't making no money.
right,
But so, yeah, she was the
right. So I all three of them.
mm,
And so I was like, yeah, we're gonna put all of them on this application so we can do what we need to do. We go to the free days at the city museum. Like we just did
yeah.
all the
I was
things.
finding freebies. We would go downtown and watch the movies on Friday night, and then they wanted
Oh
to
yeah, I remember
walk
that.
through downtown. Yeah, I would have dinner, they sandwiches and all of that, and I remember I had my nephew Lajura with me, and they had turkey and cheese, and some was ham and cheese, and he was like he didn't want it. I'm like, what's wrong with it? And my little nephew Di was like, oh, he don't want the meat. He just like the mustard and the bread.
Ugh.
And I was like, what? So that's what he wanted. I'm gonna tell you a story real quick. So my cousin, her and her husband, they got money. Don't need nothing. She said a school called and was like, well, I'm not gonna say names. We do offer assistance with, food and things like that. And she like, what? So he would go to school and have this mustard sandwiches.
Oh,
See,
so because he was eating mustard sandwiches
yeah,
at
they
school, thought he
thought
was
that
full.
maybe he was poor. It's like, nah, mom and dad, they ain't poor by a long shot. And she said, oh no, that's what my son likes to eat. That's what. And y'all, now mind you, my little cousin, he's tall as Isaiah. He's another big and tall like his
So they
daddy.
thought that baby needed some
Yeah, they
meat.
thought they needed it. And she had to tell her, no, that's what he likes. We're doing fine.
I
I
wonder
said,
if he
girl,
still
they was
like
going.
them. I wonder if he still like mustard sandwiches.
No, he likes food. He
Okay.
loves fettuccine
Oh,
Alfredo.
okay.
But he making all that money in IT now,
Mm-hmm.
making bank.
That's what's up.
And he orders out a lot, my cousin said. He recently went to
Maybe get him a wife and
China.
she can
She better know how to cook because
that's what I was
my
just gonna say. She
cousin
can cook for him so he ain't gotta be ordering
my
out.
aunt was throwing down, my cousin throw down. She gonna have to know how to cook. And gonna be looking for a Sunday dinner.
That's what's
Like
up.
Isaiah used to get. I don't make Sunday dinner. I said I'm gonna go back to making.
Listen, we used to be cooking a lot. That's why I don't be cooking that much now, but I gotta do better since I got a husband. He be like, we getting some dinner today. I be like,
hopefully I'll get a husband.
I be like, sure. Let me see what I can whip
Now
up.
we can cook now.
We can. I'm cooking today though. I'm cooking some pepper steak and rice today.
Okay. Quick, good, and simple. That's still simple.
Mm-hmm. Not too much,
but it's good.
but it's a good meal.
Yeah, it's a good meal.
Speaking of which, I need some garlic bread to go with that.
Okay. I don't
I'm
know
gonna grab
what
that on my way home. But yeah, so
I know you ain't got no food. I say you right.
look,
Nothing cooked. Not really.
we've been prepping and getting ready for everything and all the things. We neither one of us would ever proclaim to be techie, so we had to make sure all our equipment work and doing all our test recordings and stuff so we can make sure we don't get on here looking crazy.
I don't know what was happening.
And every time I come over here, Elle ain't got nothing for you, girl, but some water.
You know what? I'm gonna shock. Okay, I'm gonna shock you one day.
Right.
I'm
Not
gonna
today.
Sunday
Look, I love it.
I might even hook you up with your seafood pie.
Hey,
Take some home to your man.
Oh yeah,
He ain't putting no request in, huh?
I did. I told you we need some. You gotta send me the. You need to send me the
Bowl?
list. Oh, that'll be dope.
Is it?
Super Bowl next Sunday.
Yeah. Well, whatever you want to
we'll work that out. We'll figure that out.
Okay.
But yeah, so I was like, yeah, let me go and get this little chicken sandwich from churches because I was like, I know Elle gonna have me over here starving.
Sandwich, y'all.
I did.
Yeah, she did.
But she was already actually
I was eating.
She already had ate, but I did bring her sandwich. I'll leave for Isaiah. Because I know he's going to be looking for something. Oh, I already know. They eat everything. Not boys. Garbage disposals.
Yeah, they can cook.
All of them can cook.
They can cook.
Elijah, I got to work on him. He can air fry.
Elijah probably want filet mignon or something.
And you know he want that.
And he break down.
He wants lobster, crab.
This is the smart one. They're all smart, but this is like the smart one.
Yeah, he's in school. He's at Harris Stowe right now, and then he'll be when he's done at Harris Stowe, he's in a partnership program with SLU. So he'll do 3 years at Harris Stowe, 3 years at SLU, and when he's done, he'll have a bachelor's in math from Harris Stowe and a bachelor's in mechanical engineering from SLU.
He's still thinking about the military.
He can't now.
Oh, okay.
with the
Yeah.
multiple sclerosis. So that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. We've been layers. It's so much we have been through.
I'm gonna write a song. Layers, layers. Let's talk about the layers.
Hey, that might be our theme song. We're gonna talk about that. That might be our new theme music for the Uncoupled Couple.
Maybe get
So
Jamie to do us a rap.
so yeah, when he
Jamie
done
and
with school,
Chris.
oh yeah. You know, Jamie done recorded some new music.
Yeah,
We got some
I'm not
talented.
just
We
saying
got
this
some
because
talented
these my
kids.
boys, but Jamie and Chris, they are so talented. Remember,
Yes.
Chris had what was called the Baker's Dozen, quick rap.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He's doing comedy now. Is he still doing comedy?
He is. He's still dabbling in it.
Okay.
Yeah. So they got so many times.
Very
I can't wait till
creative.
they
Isaiah's
come
a
into
rapper.
their.
My name is Isaiah. I'm a basketball player.
Now why you gonna bring that up? Isaiah gonna be mad. Isaiah, that was your.
No, his rap is way better.
You're
He
right.
was playing something the other day. I was like, is that you? It was pretty good.
We have so many stories about them from when they was little, and they were supposed to start their YouTube channel,
We don't know
and
what happened.
I don't know what happened.
Remember, my daddy had them in a rapping gospel group. So during the summers, all the boys would be with my dad, and my dad is a musician and sings and
Grandpa
everything.
Richard.
So he had them a group, and I don't know if they were singing. They may have, but he probably pulled his guitar and keyboard out. I gotta find a picture where he had them in church, and they all at the mic. They were little.
Oh yeah, you got it. I need to see that
They
picture.
had a rapping gospel group.
Man, our children, I will say that they've had a rich life.
They have.
You know, they have so many people that love them, aunties and uncles and grandmamas and mamas and daddies. Like they got a squad. You know what I mean? And they are. I just feel like, as big people, it's our responsibility to do everything that we can do to enrich our children's lives and make sure they got the best shot at being good humans out here, right? And I think that comes from them having different experiences in life.
They have different experiences.
Speaking of which, like mentoring programs, so I had them in this program called Project Manhood, which is a program through the New Chi chapter of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. Shout out to the bros. And they did so many
Really good
different things
program.
with the boys. And so my youngest, the baby boy, he and I have to ask and check if I don't know if that's where he found his love or if James taught him, but my son loves chess. And they play chess, and like my he's really good. I mean, it's he got grown men that's like, oh man, I can't can't mess with him. And they would play chess, and they would do community service and
their college tours.
Because
we were trying to get Jay and Isaiah to go to the same school, because Isaiah wants to go to Alabama A&M.
Jay wanted to go to Jackson State.
So we were trying to, at the time, say, why don't y'all go to the same school?
Right, but just that exposure, going to those different schools, like I'm super happy that Jay and Isaiah, they decided a different path. They didn't go to school, post-secondary school, but they still trying to figure it out. And I went back to school later. I wanted to go right after high school, but I had Jay, so my path was a little different, and I ended up going back to school later in life.
She was in school when she had babies.
I
was in school. I had a baby in grad school. Well, we were in school with babies. She was in school, and Elijah was still in pull-up diapers. He was
Pull-ups,
baby.
And so my path was a little bit different, non-traditional. Like I said, nobody has kids, but I mean, just because you don't go to school,
right?
Just because you don't go to school right after high school, don't mean you can't go back.
It does not. It does not.
Elijah is in school now. He's at a HBCU. I love that for him. That's the path that I wanted, and that's another thing I wanted to make sure that they were exposed to.
I went to LU, so I push HBCU.
Absolutely.
LU, LU. I can't say what I want to say. I also went to LU. Now y'all know what I'm saying.
Exactly. Right.
LU.
I got a lot of good friends that went there, so I'm already knowing. Um, so yeah, so I'm happy that Elijah is at a HBCU, and
Well,
yeah.
Isaiah, if you are, I need to look into this. He wants to go into IT, which he has done some things in IT,
Mm-hmm.
coding. And I was going to start looking for programs and free programs that are offered. But now, due to the climate, we don't know what's going to happen with that.
Right.
Yeah.
So definitely. So, one thing, hell, people always would ask us. What was the one thing they would always ask us all the time?
Get along so well.
How we get along so well.
Y'all actually like each other?
And do. I love that girl.
Yeah.
That's my baby mama.
Why we get along so well? I'll be honest, because when she was with James, I wasn't thinking about James. There were no, and I'm keeping it real. You know, when there are no feelings attached, you're like, girl, go ahead. He told me y'all better go get married. I'm like, hey, I say, don't mess up. Well, don't mess up.
He messed up.
Yeah, yeah. We get along, and for one,
I definitely think that did help because you didn't want that.
Right, because I wasn't interested. There were no love interests. I was just like, just be a good daddy, be here for your son. So that's what helped.
Because he had a baby mama that still wanted him.
Yeah.
That wasn't as smooth.
Right. And me and her got along well because I took her baby to the wedding. Her and James' wedding.
Look.
So I'm the one I get along.
That relationship it did smooth out though.
Oh,
God rest her soul.
And it took again growth.
Yes.
And since I was the old woman in the bunch.
She said it on me. Hey. And I was very young, so they was definitely looking at me like some other people, not her, because we was all
we get along because of communication. We always had communication. Yeah. Always good communication.
And I'm a communicator. That's just who I am, but some people
just hit it out.
Some people just still wasn't rocking with your girl. And I really think it goes to it was still feelings there.
And if I still had feelings, I'm not mean natured anyway, but I still would have had a little maybe
a little bit of reservation,
felt a little something, but I was like, okay.
Right, that
you
part.
know, just to be honest. And then while we get along, communication, we just naturally clicked. Mm-hmm. Anyway, what else do you think
I think another big part of it was that so like when me and James first met, we didn't start dating right away. When we first met, James, he was the type to have the kids with him and stuff like that. Him and Elle always had a great relationship, co-parenting, like even to this day. Me James to check in, he wishes, he's met Jared, my husband. He wishes us the best. James is a good guy in general. So, Elle will be, dropping Isaiah off or James picking him up or whatever. And we had kids around the same age. So Isaiah and Jay became really close, and Elijah as also. Elijah was really, really quiet when he was little. He is actually, people that don't know him still think he's quiet. People that know him know, not in the least bit. He's just not as, my word, I made him, he's just not as people-y as me.
But once you get
and
to
Jay
know him,
and Isaiah, yeah. Once you get to know him, he'll talk your face off.
We were on a trip to Cancun with Aunt Diane and me and her. Like, will you, Negro? Please.
Oh, you mean Grandma Diane? I'm like,
yeah.
Listen, he'll talk your face off if he know you, but
he's very opinionated. He can be very
opinionated. He definitely can. But what happened was, so when we first started coming around and everything, as a single mom, because when my kids were young, my James was my second husband. So my first husband was not coming around like he's supposed to, because he and I are close in age. So he was still young, trying to figure stuff out. So he wasn't really active like he should be. So James has like always been like ill. He wanted kids. He wanted a lot of kids, and he was just that guy. So and he can cut hair like really, really good. the boys used to be mad at him because he be they would be like, "Don't be shortcutting us, Dad. Make sure our line is right and stuff." But like, yeah, he cold with them clippers. So like, he would offer a service to any moms to come and get your boys haircut because again, back then, like I say, I was struggling. Like I said, I was working. I was minimum wage. I was getting WIC and well, probably not WIC by then, but I got WIC back then. Back when the boys were young enough to get it, but I was getting food stamps, Medicaid, all of that. Like I said, I was working for minimum wage. Um, so, getting the haircuts and, things like that, that wasn't always in the budget. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't always, and I wasn't one of the mamas that, oh, I was looking fly, and my kids wasn't like, nah, I was getting them,
Clean.
I was getting them perms from the beauty supply and doing my own hair, but I didn't know how to cut hair. You know what I'm saying? So, trying to figure that out. So, making sure my boys didn't look, a mess. That was something that, James did. And that was probably one of the things that probably I loved about James and why I ended up, falling in love with him and things of that nature because of just the heart that he had and the love that he had for my boys. And we didn't kind of went off the topic, but going back to why we got along so well. What for me, James having them around and you being around them, and the way that my boys loved you, and like I said, going back to my youngest, he ain't really mess with people like that, but he liked her. He'd come and get on her lap and all of that. So that already told me about your character and the type of person you was. Because Elijah has always kind of had like a sixth sense about people, and Elijah didn't mess with everybody.
He loved him some TT, but
He
she
did.
loved him. My sister, she loved my booby. She loved her some Elijah.
Right.
That was
Everybody
her
loved
baby.
Elijah. Elijah was there.
Yeah,
Everybody
he
loved
with
Elijah.
me. She take him, and
But
I'm like,
but
okay,
but Elijah didn't love everybody. How about that?
right.
So yeah, that also just you know told me. And as a single mother, for me, you know what I'm saying, you need support. You need a support system because it can be stressful, Um, so I knew that if this was somebody that my kids gravitated to and they felt safe with and loved, oh, she must be good people. So that was one of the things that already told me everything I needed to know, you know. Um, because like I said, for L not having feelings for James, that was easy. But I mean, even for me, um, once we got divorced and things like that, even when I did still have some feelings, um, because me and James got divorced, not because I didn't love him anymore, but things just wasn't right. Um, I had to understand and navigate those feelings that okay, it's gonna be other people coming around, the kids and this and that. He has not yet to remarry, but I'm like at some point, he has dated. Um, and you know,
We've had to navigate through some things.
yeah, we had to navigate through um some of James's partners and how we felt about them, whether we liked them or not. This was his choice. And if this person was not bringing any kind of hurt or harm to our kids, we have to be okay with it, right? And that's part of being, um, mature and growing up. So, people, young folk these days, and I'm just fortunate, it's crazy. Of all our kids, all eight of them, we don't have, like I say, no
We don't have
grands.
any grandbabies.
But these young folk are just having kids left and right with any old body. And these
Our boys, they gonna when they really, really knuckle down with wanting to be with a woman, they gonna be picky because they kind of.
I think
But with
that's
some they might want to be serious with, they can't. They gonna be picky
that's
because I hear
yeah,
the things and how they talk.
I do too.
So it's like, nah, she not coming home. Mama, no, she ain't coming home. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
I
they
think
gonna
they
be
got a
picky.
good grasp on that. And I think growing up in with us and just seeing how we navigated and the
as
different,
women
yeah,
looking,
different
they're
backgrounds
gonna
and
have a certain
personalities.
standard because what they've
Yeah,
seen in me and Nikki, and the women, period, generally around them got it together. From her sisters to the women in my family, they see a certain standard with women that they know.
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And they got friends, and they've seen people have those toxic baby mama, baby daddy relationships, and then they see us and how we navigate things. And I think that really just goes to and helps them to navigate their space to when they do move into that realm of their life. How are we going to navigate that? What kind of people do we want in our life and things like that? So I just think that that is going to really help them pick those mates. But um, yeah, young folks, and I hope we have subscribers from all different ages and
Oh,
backgrounds,
definitely our younger
and
ones
so and young
also.
and any young people listening to this, we gonna give it to you, the raw, the gritty. You gotta understand and know. Cause I got this young lady that does my lashes, and she was dating this guy, but she is dating this guy. He got 4 kids. She has none. I said, girl, cut that. Uh-uh.
Yeah,
He
don't.
looking for a
Let's
mama
kind
for
of
them
start
kids.
fresh. Let's. It's not like you're older in our age or anything like that because you're so young. Let's kind of start at a different level. Nothing against that brother, but yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Like, mm,
And his youngest is like 9 months old.
yeah,
That's too fresh. That
and
baby,
he's
that
very young.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Let's. Yeah,
They like 20. They Isaiah and Jay age,
yeah.
and he already got 4 kids, and she's an
She's a
entrepreneur,
me like I was. No kid. No,
and
no.
she wants to do so many things. Like, she does lashes, and she's talking about she teaches people to do lashes now, and she has her certifications.
We
Like,
need to talk.
she is ambitious.
Okay.
Yes. You know what? I need to make sure that I put her on so she can get an STL Black Biz. Yep. Shameless plug. That's my
Yeah,
baby
shameless
mama
plug.
business. Yep.
It's still
Um,
like this.
absolutely. Make sure you follow that page. Make sure you follow us on all things, right? Absolutely. Right.
Miss Travel Agent.
Oh, yep, I
Okay,
am.
let's talk about everything that. Well, okay, real quick.
Yes.
Travel Agent. You still have your license for insurance?
I have a license for real estate and insurance, but those business ventures, I have those licenses on hold. So right now, my ventures that I am actively pursuing, obviously the Uncoupled Couple. I have my travel agency, which is Victory Travel 2, TOO, like that's a homage to my mom. She had a travel agency, which was Victory Travel. So mine is Victory Travel 2. And then I also have my pound cake business. So we'll talk about all those things. And then
She bakes.
I do. And L, you have. And that's one of the, look, funny, my cakes, that's one of the things that James said why he married me. He was like, because I was young, baking this cake, which was my great, great, great aunt's recipe.
It's
Yeah.
so cool. My grandmother had her recipes. You know how they had the tin can
Uh-huh.
on the index cards,
Yep.
and
I got some of those from my mom.
we have a big trunk. It's got tons of stuff. I mean, this trunk you get like 4 grown people in, literally.
Oh, wow.
Almost big as the table, not as long. But I'm wondering if the recipes in there because my grandmother kept everything.
I love
But
that.
yeah.
Well, and L has.
I have STL Black Biz, which is a Black business directory. It's been around for 10 years. So I've had
Congrats.
ups and downs where life got the life in it. I didn't push it, but I'm pushing it again, especially with this new DEI and they're banning that and all of that. I also have STL Events 314, which is an events page. You can join, put your information on there. It's got like 33,000 subscribers or something like that. We have the Uncoupled Couple, and I have something else I'm thinking about working on that I want to talk to you and another sister about because I'm
Okay.
not doing nothing else by myself.
I know that's
So
right.
yeah, we're just trying to do our things. Oh, and what do you do during the day? What's your 9 to 5?
I am a payroll manager. So yeah, I pay all the people for a railroad company.
Okay.
And what do you do during the day for your 9 to 5?
Well, basically, I'm gonna still say HR/employment training specialist.
Okay.
I did dive deep into HR, generalist not accounting. No, little payroll,
Right.
recruiting,
Which she hate
generalist.
payroll. I love
I don't like
payroll.
payroll.
So I've done the other side of HR. I'm cool on
Yeah.
that part. I like doing
So
that.
I've
I
done
like doing
that,
the
and
payroll part.
I'm back on the other side, working with an agency, helping people to find jobs, which I love doing training. That's what I really. So
Okay.
yeah, that's our life.
That's our life. That's who we are.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we are gonna get ready to get up out of here for today. But yeah, hopefully, from what you heard, you'll come back and join us again. We are going to be dropping new podcasts every 2 weeks. So yeah, we'll have another one in about 2 weeks for you guys. As we get going and things like that, we may um eventually get our frequency to every week. But for right now, we're starting out with one every 2 weeks, so you know when to look for us.
Yes.
Again, follow us on everything. We are the Uncoupled Couple on Facebook, Instagram, Threads,
YouTube.
YouTube. On TikTok, we are the real Uncoupled Couple, and we're working on our website and everything like that. So right now we don't have any content on our website, but we are www.theuncoupledcouple.com. And yeah, so you can follow us on all things. Our website is being built, so we will have some information for you there as well. You can also, if you want to drop us a line, you can obviously DM or instant message us on any of our social media, or you can shoot us an email at the real uncoupled couple at gmail.com.
Yes, that's it. All the info. All the
Awesome.
info.
Awesome. All right. So we will see you guys next time.
We
Peace.
will. Peace out.